You want to know what's really strange? My algorithm has been showing me a lot of videos about Jack Wright and this Tana Mongeau video.
Time it would get around to this person dressed as Jeffrey Dahmer. Never have I ever had thoughts about killing the person that I was in love with.
And as you can see, also talking about killing an animal, and they never got to the point about talking about murder. And you know the point that they're trying to make. They're trying to make the point that Tana Mongeau talking about this creator here, I'll show you a snippet, is referring to that being Jack Wright. And so now people are like literally digging up old videos to make a point that it is him. But it really puts in perspective a couple of other things that I'm not seeing a lot of people talk about. But before we get into this topic, I'm Stephanie, and I talk about the paranormal and strange. And if you like that stuff, you come to the right place. So I'm going to be addressing 5 points today. There's this obvious sensationalism of true crime and serial killers. We see it in true crime. We also see it in paranormal, especially like the mediums that try to channel victims and all this stuff, which we can get to into a different video. But the point of the matter is that with the constant resharing of the same information and TV shows about serial killers, a particular audience will start to relate to them or even root or even cheer on for these bad guys. And this is problematic because these aren't fictional villains. They're real life people who created violence and trauma and unalived people. The second point is the problematic nature of the cosplay that I've seen on TikTok. So like many of these people will adopt the personas of these serial killers and put them in a trend. And in a way, it glamorizes real life violence and trauma. And this behavior is incredibly disrespectful to victims, and it minimizes the severity of crimes that these serial killers have committed, which is one of the reasons why I took a step back in making true crime content. My third point is the impact on the younger generation, and how like TikTok and the influencers in it, they might have played a role in promoting trends that are just not okay. And it's concerning how younger generations might be influenced by this content. And it really blurs the lines between entertainment and reality. But it's not just like the younger generation. I mean, we've seen this in other parallels as well. The fourth point is like the historical content and how people will do some things that are just not okay. So like in the past, in popular media, especially music, pop stars like P. Diddy and R. Kelly, we know what they have been allocated towards. And I remember watching the documentary with R. Kelly, and I remember like the high school music teacher said that there was truth behind the lyrics, and it's been happening behind the scenes to what they were saying in their lyrics. I can't help but reflect on these like online trends on TikTok. And so what do these trends say about our society and collective values? We should be telling stories that are sensitive to victims and uplifting people rather than glorifying these awful people. Now, I don't know whether Jack Wright is the person that Tana was talking about. I mean, it sounds to me based on these videos here that it is, but I don't know these people on a personal level. I don't know their agenda as to why they would talk about this. I'm just simply saying that it took me down this other rabbit hole. So anyway, in conclusion, we need to kind of enhance media literacy and realize that the more we sensationalize true crime, the more it gives ammo to these people here to be brushed off as doing a trend as a joke or really look at people in the wrong lens. So it's really important that we learn to be more sensitive towards these topics and not cosplay or embody serial killers for a trend.